and welcome to another video. I've been in Taipei for a few weeks now, so I thought I'd share some snippets I've filmed. We're in the run-up to Chinese New Year, or Spring Festival, which is one of the biggest holidays in Taiwan. In this video, I also share the process of making a simple animated Chinese New Year sticker. If you'd like to jump to that part, it's around the 4-minute mark. When I'm in Taiwan, I usually fall into my parents' routine. In the mornings, I often go with my mom to the local market, where we buy fresh fruits, vegetables, and fish. She visits the same few stalls, and they all know her really well by now. In the afternoons, I try to go for a stroll at Da'an Forest Park, which is basically like Taipei's Central Park. Ever since the pandemic, I've been in the habit of taking an hour-long walk every day. When we were all stuck at home, it helped to remind me that the outside world still existed. There's a large pond in the center of Da'an Park that is absolutely teeming with carp and turtles, and it's a prime spot to see birds. Normally I have a lot of trouble spotting them, but this area attracts a lot of large and conspicuous water birds. Recently I went with my mom to the flower market to buy orchids to send as New Year's gifts. It's tradition around this time of year to give gifts to family and friends, usually fruits or traditional foods like niangao or sweet rice cakes. New Year's is also the time when you give out red pockets or red envelopes. I thought I'd share some really beautiful examples from my mom's private stash, ones she's received over the years from her bank and other businesses. Red envelopes are traditionally given to children or young adults. It was originally intended to be put under children's pillows to ward off evil spirits. Sometimes red envelopes are also given to older folks as a way to ward off old age. There's a lot of superstitions around red pocket money. In Taiwan, it's considered bad form to give old bills. You're also not supposed to give an odd-numbered amount of money, or any amount containing the number 4, as that's considered unlucky. Red pockets sometimes have Chinese idioms on them. This one says, 寿山富海, which roughly translates to, may your life be as long as the mountains, and your good fortune be boundless as the sea. I haven't drawn very much this last month, but my mom asked me to make her a New Year's sticker that she could send to her friends online. So that's what I'm going to be showing you in this video. I didn't really have a concept for this sticker, I just started sketching rabbits. Since it's the year of the rabbit, the rabbits quickly morphed into Kiri and Friend. Kiri is one of my original characters who seems to make her way into everything I draw these days. I decided to give her rabbit ears and have her wearing a traditional Chinese qipao. The little boy is wearing the male version of a qipao, which, according to my mom, is called ma gua. I added a border of red pockets and gold ingots, but I ended up removing this and putting in some fireworks instead, since I thought it was looking a bit empty and not celebratory enough for New Year's. I I wanted to give it a bit more pizzazz, so I decided to animate the fireworks, and thought I'd do a little tutorial on how to do this in Procreate. First, let me show you how I organized my layers. To keep things simple, I merged all the elements that aren't going to be animated into a single layer, and I have each element of the fireworks on a separate layer. Now I go to Settings, Canvas, and toggle on Animation Assist. So you'll notice it immediately hides most of your layers and shows a timeline at the bottom. The timeline is essentially your layers organized horizontally, with the bottom layer being the leftmost on the timeline. So if I go ahead and hit play, you'll see it plays through the layers, which become the frames in your animation. If you want something to show on every frame, like the main image in this case, you can designate it as the foreground or the background. If I play again, you'll see we're kind of already halfway there with this animation. Now I'm going to open up the Layers panel again and play around with the sequence of the fireworks a bit. This part is mostly trial and error and seeing what looks natural. I have a big firework on the right composed of 3 rings that are currently showing one after the other. The first thing I'm going to do is take the middle ring and duplicate it, and then group it with the outer ring. When you group layers, they appear on the same frame, so now the middle ring appears across 2 frames. The effect is that it adds a bit of delay, which is more realistic. Now I want to stagger the fireworks a bit, so I'm going to grab the first ring of the firework on the left and add it to the group I just created. Now it looks like one firework is ending while another is starting. So I just sort of work my way through the layers, deciding what I want happening at the same time, and organizing them into groups accordingly. One tip is to make sure that whatever is the first frame of your animation or the bottom layer in your layers panel looks nice, since this is what people will see initially, or if for some reason your animation doesn't play. You can play around with the frame rate, which controls how quickly your animation cycles. Right now I have it set to 6 frames per second, which feels right to me for a simple animation like this, but you can easily speed it up or slow it down. Once you have it how you like, simply export it as an animated GIF or MP4, and you can start spam sending it to everyone you know. Thanks so much for tuning in. Have a happy Lunar New Year, and I hope to see you soon. Bye!